Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna be playing Interstellar Pilot 2. Now, if you're new to the channel or new to this game, here's a quick rundown of what this game is all about. Interstellar Pilot 2 is a game where you play as a lowly citizen slowly making your fortune to make your very own mega corporation in space. You can take on multiple jobs such as trading, mining, pirating, smuggling, dying, and just being an all-around nuisance. You have your own ship to pilot, and from here, you're pretty much at the mercy of the universe. And that's all you need to know about Interstellar Pilot 2. So, what are we gonna do in today's video? Well, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are gonna be doing what we do best. And that is testing the absolute limits of the game. We are gonna be pushing the game's boundaries to the breaking point, where reality literally gets torn into pieces. Will we be able to do it? Well, let's find out. Alright, so for this video, we are gonna be starting ourselves a new game. Custom universe, and the settings doesn't really matter that much. Remember, we're here to have fun. As for our game type, we will be starting out as an empire. The Empire start will give us more than enough financial boost to kickstart the game with. And trust me, we're gonna need a lot of money. So with everything set, let's head into the wonderfully corruptible universe of Interstellar Pilot 2. And we are in, ladies and gentlemen. And will you look at that? What a wonderful universe for us to play around in. It's an incredibly beautiful sight indeed, that will no longer be beautiful once we're done with it. Anyway, the Empire Start allows us to start the game with a lot of credits, some ships and some stations, all of which are getting sold and dismantled a few minutes after the game starts. Beautiful. And with that, we now have a lot of money in the bank, and we can start fresh. I actually don't like where we spawned, so let's move to somewhere a lot more peaceful. Ah yes, the existential dread of an empty sector right in the middle of nowhere. The perfect place for us to start our own, probably legal, empire. Okay, this place is perfect for us, ladies and gentlemen. We have an icy asteroid field in this sector, and this is all we need. Now let's set up a refinery, a laboratory, and an outpost as our first 3 stations. Then buy ourselves some miners, and there we go. We now have a working economic system consisting of just ourselves. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is the most basic source of sustainable income. Miners will mine ice, then the refinery will refine ice into water and chemicals. The water is then sold off in the outposts for credits, while the chemicals are turned into happy pills in the laboratory, which will also be sold off to the outpost for credits. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the plan. It's a simple, sustainable, and profitable system that will earn us money indefinitely. We have our Magnus here to move goods around. This big boy of a ship will be hauling our very legal goods from one station to another. Now that we have a self-sustaining economic system, we can just sit back, relax, and do absolutely nothing while our ships work tirelessly to earn us endless amounts of credits indefinitely. Truly amazing indeed. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and it is now day 9. A lot of time had passed, and we are now officially printing money out of thin air. In addition, I have improved the base significantly. We now have an additional 3 factories to produce more goods and a sector HQ, officiating our empire as the rightful owner of the sector. We also have an equipment shop and a repair shop down here, which I stole from bandits. Apparently there were bandits in this sector, but they're gone now, so all is good. Now that we have a decent empire here in the middle of nowhere, I think it's time that we make a name for ourselves by naming our pilot and our faction. And our pilot name will be none other than the absolute legend that is Taika Shid. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, it's Commander Taika Shid. And yes, he's Japanese. And he will be commanding the glorious faction of Stallion High Tech, also known as... Now that we have properly established our own faction and our own base, we can now start testing the absolute limits of the game. Oh yes. Oh wait, we are actually going to need a lot of money for that. And 1 million credits isn't actually a lot in Imperial standards. So we're gonna need a lot of money. And what better way of earning money than gambling our money on scratch cards? Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, the absolute worst way of spending your money in the game and in real life. You can buy scratch cards in any station, and it makes for a great way of wasting time and embezzling your faction's money. Though I'm very curious, can you actually make profit through scratch cards? Well, there's only one way to find that. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as you can obviously see right now, the answer is yes. Absolutely yes. You can indeed make a profit through scratch cards. Now, if we're gonna look at our statistics here in the log menu, you can see here that I've scratched precisely 1,112 scratch cards. And yes, I won the jackpot of 10 million credits. Do note that the game is paused the entire time I did this to keep track of our money. Now, if we look at our transactions here, you'll see that I won the jackpot at 1,109 scratch cards, which means there is more or less 0.09% of winning the jackpot. That is absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. And the fact that I won the jackpot makes it even crazier. Oh yes! So this begs the question, is it worth it? Well, of course it's worth it! I only did this for an hour and a half. Where are you going to get 10 million credits within 1.5 hours? Well, I'll tell you, scratch cards! Now that we have the money that we need, it's time to get down to business. There are a lot of things that I always wanted to try in the game, such as abusing the game's build mechanics. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen. Normally, when you try to build stations, the game doesn't let you build them close to another station. However, there's an exception, the turrets. You can build turrets close to your stations. Of course, this is only natural. This makes a lot of sense, especially if you want to protect your stations from your enemies. Now here's the fun part. Turrets are usually built for defense and not for offense. But ladies and gentlemen, what if I tell you there's a way to use them offensively? Because you see, for whatever reason, we can literally build turrets at point-blank range from a station owned by another faction. Oh yes, ladies and gentlemen, you know where this is going. Ah yes, surely this is normal. The game allows it, so it must be normal. Yep, 100%. Totally nothing suspicious about a guy building turrets right outside your home. Totally not suspicious behavior indeed. After the turrets are built, we are gonna be upgrading them so that they won't be easily destroyed. And there we go, we are now ready to declare war. Oh man, whoever owns this station is going to have a really bad day. There they go, ladies and gentlemen, watch as the turrets absolutely decimate this station. And who knows, we might get lucky and capture the station for ourselves. No chance. Absolutely no chance at all. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, we have done it. We have captured the station by only using turrets. We have done what the game never intended us to do. Oh yes! Surely this 100% totally not broken exploit won't be abused by players. Of course not. Why would they? Anyway, that's an additional station to our faction and we captured it only using turrets. Absolute genius! Okay, that was actually a very successful operation. We have successfully captured 5 stations out of 6, which is really good. Such a shame that we didn't capture the bar over here, but that's fine. So this sector is pretty much ours. This will serve as our forward operating base for future endeavors. We still have a lot of money left over, so I think it's time that we expand our 100% totally legal empire. I'm thinking we should expand all the way to Tolkis. Let's build a sector HQ in Topiola and in Tolkis to officiate our ownership of the sectors. Now this position is actually really good. Tolkis serves as a strategic choke point. So if our enemies wanted to attack us, they will have to bottleneck through Tolkis to get to our other sectors. We still have a lot of money, so let's build a refinery in Topiola and a trade station in Tolkis. Now ladies and gentlemen, trade stations are absolutely goated. Trade stations make the most profits on goods out of everything else. These stations also attract a lot of freelancer merchants looking for an opportunity to make money. So sooner or later, this sector will be crawling with trade ships from everywhere. And they will make us massive amounts of wealth. Oh yes! Alright ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. It is now day 23. A lot of time had passed and the sector is still very much dead. Which pretty much surprises no one considering we're in the middle of nowhere. It also doesn't help that the closest inhabited sector to our empire is now uninhabited. Oh, how I wonder what happened to them. But no matter, we are doing really good all by ourselves. I have further improved our empire, built new and additional factories, built a shipyard as well as bought more ships to transport more goods and at a faster pace. Our empire is doing so well that we have gained back the 10 million credits we once had earlier in the game. And look at this, we are currently the strongest faction in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Can you believe it? Well, we actually became the strongest faction the moment we won the scratch card jackpot. But I forgot to record and show you that. So here we are now. From this point on, we can do whatever we want. Our enemies are nowhere to be found. Our sectors are secured by our turrets and ships. And the empire is self-sufficient, self-sustaining, and financially secured for the rest of the game. Now that we can do whatever we want, I've always wanted to crush the game. That's how you know we are really testing the game's limits. Luckily for us, I just happen to have the perfect idea on how we're gonna do that. But first, we're gonna have to get away and find some place for us to play around in. Ah, perfect. So here we are again in the middle of nowhere. Now let's build ourselves an outpost.
We will need a lot of money for this because we're gonna try to buy as many ships as we can and see how much the game can take before it becomes unplayable. Ranger here seems to be the best ship to buy because it's the cheapest one there is. Okay, let's buy the first 8. Here they are inside the hangar. Now let's buy the next 8. Since the hangar can accommodate more ships, both ships will now spawn outside the station as you can see here. Let's buy another 8. Interestingly, the ships seem to spawn in a pattern. Very cool. Again, another 8. We're now up to 32 ships, and the pattern grows. Ladies and gentlemen, look at that. Okay, 40 ships now, and the pattern didn't grow. So, where on bloody space are the ships then? Looking at the property menu here, you can see that the number of ships is indeed 40. So they're here and they exist, but I can't see them anywhere. Nice! Alright ladies and gentlemen, we are now up to 500 ships. The most that our money can buy. And if it isn't obvious enough, the game is really struggling. We are now experiencing severe frame rate issues, even though the game is paused the entire time. Now, I wonder, what will happen if I unpause the game? Well, let's find out. Huh, nothing's happening. Oh wait, the game's frozen. What? Look, the game is literally frozen. I can't tap anything and I can't... What? What is that? What's happening? Oh my lord! Oh no! My phone's gonna die! Look at that! Look at how many there are! Absolutely insane, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can move this and get a better view at the entire thing. Come on. Move. Move it. Scroll down, bro. Okay, it's not moving. The game is literally frozen. Oh, we got movement, ladies and gentlemen. No, not that way. Okay, the game is broken. It's absolutely unresponsive. And the game crashed. Oh wow, we have finally done it. We did it, ladies and gentlemen. We have managed to crash Interstellar Pilot 2. With an added bonus of breaking space and reality in the process. Ah yes, such a magnificent feeling indeed. Well, we're not gonna do that again. Or are we? It's a good thing that I saved the game before I went on a buying spree. So ladies and gentlemen, I think it's safe to say that we have succeeded in today's video. We have literally made the game freeze up and crash. And not many people can say that. So this video is a resounding success. We won the jackpot in the scratch cards, built an empire through probably legal means, wiped out an entire sector using only turrets, and finally, successfully crashing the game by buying over 500 ships. Oh yes, it doesn't get any better than this. So this marks the end of this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I had fun playing the game. Your support is what keeps me going. I thank you all for watching and see you guys in the next one.